This is the AM News. Details now. Starting with North Tongu Member of Parliament Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa is giving indications that the minority in Parliament will in the next few days file for a Parliament inquiry into the sale of state lands and assets, including a green belt belonging to the Department of Parks and Gardens. The lawmaker claims the 10-acre stretch of land at Cantonment in Accra, which Parks and Gardens controlled ever since the colonial era, is now being taken over by private developers who are harassing state officials to vacate the state property. However, expressing his frustration over what he says, what he calls a state capture, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa says his side of the House will demand a public hearing that would demand accountability on state assets.
Documents in my possession and engagements with officials at the Department of Parks and Gardens reveal that the Parks and Gardens land situated in cantonments, land which the colonial authorities allocated since 1952 as a green belt, as a horticultural zone where very rare species of trees and other plants are nurtured. That land has been added to the long list of state assets which are being captured by marauding characters who refuse to listen to the Ghanaian people. This is a government talking about tree planting, green Ghana, and that we need to make sure that the environment is protected. And yet, it is engaged in these unconscionable transactions. We are not going to allow that.
The land you refer to is a 10.8 acre parcel of land. Don't you feel that the developers might have an environmental sustainability plan in place?
We don't care what they have. The Parks and Garden land, all 10.8 acres, must be protected, must be preserved. Even the colonialists who we criticize that they came to rape, to plunder, to steal, and to run away, even they knew that portions of our country ought to be reserved. And what saddens us is that this is happening all over the country. Go to the Upper West regional capital of Wa. Even efforts by the regional minister to stop those who have invaded Parks and Gardens land and are building fuel filling stations. The regional minister has been served a letter from the Lands Commission that those who are doing that, who have encroached the Parks and Gardens land, have legitimate title. And so the regional minister should back off. Can you believe that? Even the regional minister did not know that Parks and Gardens land have been given out. And I am receiving calls from all over. Go and see what's happening in the Western region. Go and see what's happening in the Volta region. This has to stop. There are some state assets that you just don't go near. It's been preserved since 1952. Why should we lose Parks and Gardens? Why should we lose our green belt? Why should we lose our horticultural zone? It's the only one left in the capital. Why should we lose it?
Right. And you say that you're going to call for a parliamentary probe, or is it the case that that will definitely happen? Because in your post on Twitter or X, you indicate that Parliament will, quote, soon launch an enquiry into the ongoing state capture, as you call it.
Yes, we have our side of Parliament has discussed a motion which we will be filing shortly in the next few days, a motion demanding a full-scale parliamentary inquiry into the blatant state capture that is ongoing. We will haul everybody, those who are selling and then those who are buying, those who are fronting for all kinds of characters, hiding behind the scenes thinking that they will get away, all of them. And we would demand that it should be a live broadcast, a public hearing, so that all Ghanaians will see what is going on.
The National Security Minister, Kandapa, has called for support with information from the people of Bole to bring to book the perpetrators of the serial killing that has befallen the area. About 20 people have been murdered since 2022, causing panic in Bole and its environs. The minister said when he paid a courtesy call on the Bolewura Jirasafo at his palace in Bole.
Residents of Bole and its environs are currently living in fear following the unresolved murders that has taken place since 2022. Many people in the area believe these killings could be as a result of the illegal mining activities in the area. Speaking at the Bole West Palace, the National Security Minister Kandapar said the killing was bringing the name of the area into disrepute. He said he had charged the security agencies to bring an end to the killing.
This issue of serial killers, it is becoming too much. And to be frank, it is spoiling the good name of this kingdom. Let us work together with the security agencies, with our chiefs, with our elders, with our youth groups, and stop this very, very difficult problem of serial killings within our community. Don't let us continue to be remembered by the fact that we have serial killers among us.
Ebolewura Jira Sofu Kutufeso, on his part, said he has set up a community watchdog to support the security in the fight.
We have in our local way formed community watchdogs that will help the security to fight this canker. They know the inners and corners of the traditional area in the town that can help the security to give them vital information to arrest these people.
At the Bupewura's Palace, the National Security Minister said his team was visiting the chief to seek their support in ensuring an incident-free election.
As we approach the elections, we count on the traditional leaders, and especially on you, Your Majesty, to help us to educate our citizens. We must never fight. We must not see ourselves as enemies. And I think they do so well in Parliament. They are the real practicing politicians.
The Bupewura Ablakwa called on political supporters to live in harmony, citing his children as example of democracy.
When we talk of democracy, I think I'm proud to say that we are also, my family is a beacon of democracy. The Minister of Lands and Natural Resources is a powerful small boy in NPP. John Jinapo is a powerful small boy in NDC. And people used to ask me, especially at the National Churches, what's wrong with? Please, I think for Candice aware, the two of them in the family are the best friends.
At the Yabon West Palace, the National Security Minister reiterated his call for support from chiefs to ensure a peaceful election and also to fight terrorism.
Soldiers and the help they're giving to us. This is the time Ghanaians must learn to appreciate and support the work of the security agencies. Let us give the necessary respect to the security personnel. It shouldn't happen that whatever the provocation, you should attack a police officer or a soldier or an immigration officer or an intelligence officer at this point in time. No, it won't help us as a country. The time that we really need them is now. We need them now more than ever.
Let me take you now to the Volta region, where the Volta Regional Education Director, Francis Agbemadi, has called on stakeholders to support the implementation of the proposed new standard-based curriculum. He said the curriculum would contribute to instilling the right knowledge and skill into students, hence preparing them for the 21st century job market. He was speaking at the induction ceremony of Rose Nyawuto as the headmistress of the Evangelical Presbyterian Church, Mauko Girls Senior High School, my alma mater. Here's the report.
The new standard-based curriculum is scheduled to be introduced at the second cycle education level in October 2024. It would replace the objective-based curriculum, which, according to educators, encourages memorization. Addressing the induction ceremony of Rose Nyawuto, the Volta Regional Director of Education, Francis Agbemadi, said the introduction was necessitated by the dynamics of the world.
This progressive curriculum is designed to cultivate a generation of learners adept at academic advancement, readiness for the workforce, and responsible adulthood. Responsible adulthood. We don't want adults who want to enjoy their rights but will not want to accept their responsibilities and obligations. I earnestly call for the support and collaboration of all stakeholders to ensure the successful implementation of this transformative journey.
Madam Nyauto was appointed to serve as the 8th headmistress of the EPC Malco Girls Senior High School after serving as the head of the Dabala Senior High School between 2018 and 2023. Madam Nyauto pledged her commitment to the delivery of excellent academic training for her students.
Academic excellence will remain my top priority, but we must also recognize that our students have diverse interests and talents. As a result, they will continue to offer a wide range of extracurricular activities, clubs, and sports teams to enrich their educational experience. I also place a strong emphasis on character development and social responsibility, as we believe these qualities are essential for our students' future success. Education is not just filling a mind with knowledge. It's about nurturing a child's curiosity, sparking their creativity, and fostering their unique potentials. As we stand on the threshold of a new era, let us remember that our task as educators is not merely to produce good students, but to cultivate well-rounded individuals who can contribute meaningfully to the world. Together, let us strive to create an environment where each student feels valued, appreciated, and inspired to reach their fullest potential.
The EP Church charged Madam Nyauto to consider the ethics, values, and ethos of the church while leading the administration of the school. Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News. Oh.
Now, the Ochinhene Osajifo Amwetio for Repenning is calling on the state to pay teachers a well-deserved remuneration for their workers. He says the role of the teacher in a comprehensive quality education cannot be overemphasized, adding teachers need to be motivated well to give up their very best, even though they're not doing so well under the circumstances. My colleague Maxo Kudeko has more in the following report.
Addressing a deba of chiefs and people of the Benkum division of Achim Ablakwa State at Begro, Osajifo Amwetio for Repenning called on the government to act fast on teacher remuneration. He acknowledged that the free senior high school education introduced by the Akufo-Addo government is one of the biggest investments which affords every Ghanaian child a free education to the secondary school level. However, Osajifo Amwetio for Repenning underscores the importance of addressing some few challenges hindering the success of the program. Ochinhene says teacher motivation and good remuneration for teachers are inextricably linked with quality education.
Mano, obey you, a suku. It's another Yamisona Daye, no free SHS. Osmi Mo here, and Subia Quine, so the school. Qualena Coscu. A school is out when Antimuga. As a school no quarter was Shadi. Colana is on your table, on your desk, on your Kunatraso, now on your teacher, I said, idea. So man kwala computers na dani ade nyina wonnya teacher pa akwala de sua kwachi ye nyina kwasi ya ana na gofo kira de don kwala fia eko etema eko nkran ani nkrafo eko piso ani enne se entua teacher fo kayi ya kama teacher fo se won so ye ma incentive no wonya ba bi tra yi no kira de na kwala no hwade efi se Osu obi ba no unche na de no kayo se obasu wo baabi kaso obasu wo baabi na education kwa na betumi ma oman atupon.
Sajifo Amoitio for Repenyin also called on leaders to serve in humility and respect. According to Ochehene, throughout history, there is no single rich or great leader who died and was buried with his wealth, but the lives that they impact lives on till eternity.
Yeah, fa to me, enya hunya. To me there, udi to me, udi sum, or something you to me. I hope I see you to me no. As soon as there's power in humility. There's authority in humility. Dabia meka so ko Kristo mu na o ka Yesu o fa torobo na say o fa bokiti o hu na suafo na ase Yesu obre no wase o hu na suafo na ase se me ho ameda se Yesu dabi o dem ma onyo o se dai se o person som emma wo yakase a som obi ani ho I find it down for each day go. Because we come for down any much. And Obi answer the one. Abako semu. Ye boni dis and second. As we ready. Obasumi. Ready obasradi. Now the abako so I want you to try na muti asese. So won't see who be na me osazwa mojo for pe yo chimamu. Man kase apeswa udi yenye yo.
The Benkom division is the second largest division within the Achim Ablakwa state structure, with over 300 towns and villages. Within the Achim Ablakwa state hierarchy, the Benkom Hene, otherwise known as the Fantiakwa Hene, is the commander and chief of the left wing of the army, with his permanent resident at Begro, the capital of the division. The Benkom division shares borders with Asante, the Kwau, the Akwamu Krobo, and parts of the VTA Region. The principal chiefs in the division are the Odohene of Osinase and Otreso. The rest are chief of Apinaman, the chief of Osino, otherwise known as Mumwedusei, the chief of Suhum, Amanase, Serako, Apedja, among others. Maxwell Kudaka report for Joy News.
In other stories, in a vibrant display of color and culture, the Dansika Fugu Batakari Cultural Festival brought the traditional Fugu fabric to the forefront in Bolgatanga in the Upper East region. The event, which originated in the UK, was brought home this year to promote the fabric and create an international market for it. Correspondent Albert Sori reports.
2 years ago, the Dansika Fugu Batakari Cultural Festival was started in the United Kingdom to promote the traditional Fugu fabric and its garments internationally. This year, the organizers decided to bring the festival to Bolgatanga in a homecoming event. The Fugu fabric, known for its durability and unique designs, has been a staple of Northern Ghana's cultural identity for generations. The festival aimed to not only promote the fabric, but also empower local artisans and craftsmen, providing them with a platform to showcase their skills and designs. Chiefs, queen mothers, and officials from government agencies graced the event, marked by a rich display of colorful garments and intricate designs, showcasing the versatility and beauty of the Fugu fabric. The event also drew a large crowd of fashion enthusiasts and exhibitors who displayed various kinds of the traditional fabric and its products. Helen Adunkolgo is the Chief Executive Officer of Dansika Fugu Batakari Cultural Festival UK Limited, organizers of the event.
The purpose is to promote the market, to increase the potentials for those who have been to the vocational schools and give them hope that it's not like maybe you graduate and you haven't got a job and weaving and all these other vocational skills. So what hope is the community giving them? We're not waiting for politicians to create economic and financial stability for people in this community who are promoting our clothes.
She said her outfit is also creating a platform for local weavers and retailers of the Fugu fabric to market their products internationally.
The first launch was in Luton, then we had the festival in London, Broadwater Farms. So that is there in the UK is to promote the cloth and to expand the trade. I've already been in contact with a lot of hotels and designers who wish to use our traditional cloths, the patterns and so on, to make things like pillowcases, hotel cushions and so on and so forth.
Upper East Regional Director of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Wisdom Ahaji, pledged the authority's support for the Dansika Fugu Batakari Cultural Festival.
It's a great vision. It's a vision to promote the region. Our office is responsible for promoting our Upper East region as a destination. And one of the tools we use in promoting the region is culture. So it is dear to our heart. We are solidly behind this team, this vision, and all the endeavors we support very much in a small way. We will continue to advise how to do it and do it best, because culture is our identity.
The Dansika Fugu Batakari Cultural Festival ended with patrons excited and hoping that the organizers would make it a yearly event. For Joy News, Albert Sori, Bolgatanga.
Coming up next is Business Update with Benjamin Akakpo.
Welcome to Business Now. And on our first story, banking consultant Dr. Richmond Echiahene is calling on the Bank of Ghana to enhance its tracking and monitoring of Ghana's foreign remittances. Dr. Echiahene argues that with proper oversight, remittances could generate over $8 billion annually, potentially eliminating the need for an IMF bailout. He made these insights, or shared these insights, on the Beyond the Numbers here on Joy News.
You know, they always use fintech as an excuse. But the way you license fintech, you must also regulate and supervise. You supervise in compliance with the Foreign Exchange Act, so that all foreign exchange captured by them, if not 100%, at least certain percentage will come into the banking system to support it. You very well said in Kenya. I have done a work on it. I mean, the latest country that is doing well is not even in Africa. About 98% of remittances are captured through the banking sector. You can go to Bangladesh and you can go to Sri Lanka, which is in the same financial crisis or debt crisis. They are capturing an average of $400 million monthly. And we are capturing, if you multiply 400 million, multiplied by 12, you'll be talking close to 5.2 billion. We are just capturing 2 billion, 2.1. And I believe a time has come, either for the parliament to sit back and ask themselves, what law, how did they pass the Payment and Service Act without looking at compliance with foreign exchange aspect? And I believe this should be discussed, dispassionate of politics, and so that we country can benefit. Because, my brother, if we get this 5 billion, do you know we don't need the IMF money? We don't need it. And don't forget, more people have migrated into these jurisdictions. Next year, I'm sure we're going to get about 9 billion. And if these people are going to withhold about $9 billion, and the banks are going to go to, there is nothing to write home about. So I think it is not too late. The Ministry of Finance, the Bank of Ghana, and the Parliament, they should all be involved so that we can be tracing and capturing the foreign exchange which is being held by other institutions.
And to cap off business, now the Chief Executive of Strategic Communications Africa, Esther Koba, is calling for a concerted effort at crafting a unique brand which will ensure a sustainable marketing identity for Ghana. According to the communications expert, Ghana is yet to create a lasting brand which blends the enviable hospitality of its people and the unique culture it has to maximize its tourism potential. She spoke to Joy Business at the launch of the 30th anniversary of Ghana's premier communications and reputation company, Stratcom.
What I think is that the story is no different from anything else that we're doing in relation to branding and communication. Because everybody talks, because everybody writes, we feel that when we say that Ghana is a hospitable country, Ghana is the country of sunshine, everybody will see it and feel it. No, it has to be scientifically put together and creatively delivered. That's how it's being done everywhere. But unfortunately, people think that if people come here and we smile at them, we are nice to them, they will go and tell other people. Yes, they will, but how many people? But if we do it scientifically, package it carefully, and systematically and deliver the message in a sustainable manner, in a manner also that resonates with the people that we are communicating to, we'll see that things will change. I mean, when we say these things, sometimes I feel people think, oh, it's classroom talk and all that. No, it's community talk. Go to our communities. You will see that every clan is carefully put together, branded with a totem, branded with a slogan. Even when you greet, there's something that, there's a special response. So it has to be systematic, it has to be scientific.
And that's it for business. I'm handing over now to Sweetie Abochi. Sweetie, so quite a bit going to happen on the show. After the news review, non-communicable diseases and more coming up this morning.
And you are in high spirits because you were having to defe.
You had to expose me like that.
Yes, I had to. But that's how we're wrapping up for the AM News right here on the AM Show. Stick with us. Coming up next is the news review segment.